Britain's big new budget is a bust. Here's why we should care. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. If you want to see why most of Europe and Japan are stagnating economically, just look at the budget Britain's Labour government introduced this week with much fanfare. Yes, Britain nominally withdrew from the European Union several years ago, but its economics is right out of the continent's socialist playbook. Loads of higher taxes, higher spending, and more economy-snuffing regulations. What's happening there has been unfolding here in the U.S. We got a brief respite during Donald Trump's first term, when we got a big tax cut and some serious deregulation. But the Biden administration went into a reverse big time, and Kamala Harris will deliver more of the same debilitating approach that will send us into a wretched recession. You have to laugh at the news coverage of the budget of the UK's socialist regime, proclaiming the document ends the previous conservative effort to have a small government. What a joke! The conservative reign was right of center in name only, as it piled on higher taxes and went whole hog on a Green New Deal that sent electricity costs soaring with massively wasteful projects for so-called renewable energy sources. This government doesn't hide its status colors. Naturally, taxes are going up. The capital gains levy for lower income brackets is boosted by 80%, for higher brackets by 20%. The employer portion of payroll taxes is increased, and the threshold is lower. In the real world, this will mean less pay for workers and less hiring by businesses. There will be no indexing for inflation on income taxes until later this decade. Small enterprises take tax hits, as do startups. There are a slew of other levies, such as boosting taxes on oil profits, applying the national sales tax to fees parents pay for private schools, applying higher fees for certain airline passengers, and far bigger whacks for anyone who travels on a private plane. Foreign residents are in the tax crosshairs of this budget. Of course, these socialists are going full bore with an energy called Great British Energy, a government investment outfit supposedly to be operated independently to finance green energy schemes. A big goal here is substantially increasing offshore wind power. Some people never learn. Rachel Reeves, British Chancellor of the Exchequer, which is the equivalent to our Treasury Secretary, declares the government wants to, quote, invest, end quote. The word invest is a socialist euphemism for spending. Government doesn't create resources, it seizes them from the people. Real investment comes from the private sector and is basic for achieving higher standards of living. Thanks to all this nonsense, Britain's economic performance has been miserable in recent years. Similarly anemic results are why the Japanese ruling party got shellacked in recent elections and why the German government is teetering. The lesson is clear. Kamala Harris wants to do here what Europe and Japan have been doing. Let's hope we keep this in mind next Tuesday. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.